Hello everyone, welcome to your biology class. I am Nawala, your biology tutor. Welcome to your biology class, to our returning viewers. To our new viewers, welcome to biology class. Please do well to press the subscribe button, turn on the notification button, press the like button, share the link and put your comment in the comment box. As you have all known that we are in the season of Neco 2025, and in our last videos we have released the specimens and the information for this year Neco biology practicals. Please do well to watch our previous video on biology practical Neco 2025. You will have seen that we have started. Now all the specimens were listed and they were introduced. Today we are starting the class properly. We are starting the biology practical class for Neco 2025 properly in this video. So this is the first video that we are releasing on these biology practical questions. That is, we are here, we want to bring out the possible questions that they can ask us in Neco 2025 biology practicals. So we have specimens running from A to O. Specimen A says housefly, B spider, C pride of Barbados flowers, D the bean seed, the E we have the butterfly, F we have the crayfish, and G we have grasshopper, H we have humerus of a rabbit, I we have the femur of a rabbit, J we have orange fruit, K honeybee, L land snail, G guava fruit, M guava fruit, N Irish potato tuber, and O sweet potato tuber. These are the specimens given to us for this year biology practical. So we want to start bringing out the possible questions they can ask us in this year Neco, and here we have the following questions, and let's go and be answering all those questions one after the other. In this video I'm very glad to tell you that we are going to break down all the specimens. When I say break down, that means we bring out all the possible questions on this specimen and likewise bring out where relationship can come between two or more specimens. Now let's start there. Let's start answering the possible questions. Now we start. We have biology practical questions here. Possible questions for specimen A. You know our specimen A is housefly. What are the possible questions they can ask us about housefly? They can ask us to make a label diagram or label drawing 10 to 12 cm long of specimen A. Notice, they have given us the specification, they have given us the size to be drawn in our book. That is telling you that your image size has been told. You take your ruler, you take the measurement of your ruler and you measure 12 cm, that's the highest. And when you are drawing, make sure your drawing is reaching the environment of that 12. If you are very smart, you can also use pencil to draw that rectangle, to draw that particular box, and after drawing you may clean it up. Or if not, you can mark your points, your length, the beginning and the end of your 12 cm, and make sure your diagram covers almost 98-99% of that thing, so that at the end of the day you know your size of your image is 12 cm. And you know there is no way you draw specimens in biology practical. You must add to it magnification. And what is the formula for magnification? Formula for magnification is size of image over size of object, and this is your size of image. That is, for you to know the size of object, you take your ruler, you measure your housefly, you measure your specimen. So that will be the size of your object. So after that, that is, you now do this and size, that is 12 divided by the measurement you take. Take an instance, if your housefly that you are using is 4 cm, take an instance. So that is 12 divided by 3. Your magnification is multiplied by 3. That is mg, or whatever way you are writing it, times 3. So that was setting the issue of the diagram of specimen A, and you can see the diagram of specimen A on your screen. Now I move to question B. The question B says something, and what it is, it says something that state 2 adaptations of A to its mode of life. for A to live, for housefly to live, what are the features it has, and how is it using those features? And here I'm giving out the response by telling you that when you talk about this housefly, it has sticky pads and claws for clenching to surface. Take an instance, maybe you place your food on the table uncovered, especially if the food is not even warm or hot. Definitely you will see, if care is not taken, housefly will playing on it. They have their claws, they have their pad, and they stick to it. That's the reason why, even if somebody also have a cut or wound, they stick to it and they keep on enjoying themselves on it. And the next one is that it possesses spongy mouth part for feeding on liquids. That is, they have way of feeding liquid, their own feeding habits. They know how to feed on liquid. That is, they bring out the nutrients they want. I'm talking about the state adaptations of A to its mode of life. Just to mention few, you can also talk about the way they use their wings to for movement or for flying. And if you want to capture them, you fly away. And we have flood, just to mention few. Now here the question C says something that we should classify specimen A according to phylum, class, and mode of feeding. You know that specimen A belongs to the kingdom Animalia, but here the question says we should talk about the phylum. The phylum is, I'm very glad to tell you that the phylum is Arthropoda, and when we talk about Arthropoda, the phylum that they use leg to separate the members. So Arthropoda, the phylum is Arthropoda. You can also see it in my response. I said the phylum is Arthropoda. And what about the class? The class is Insecta, the family of insects. It's a member of insect, so it is an Insecta. That is, the name of the class is Insecta. And we talk about the mode of feeding. How does it eat? Mode of feeding, I'm very glad to tell you that it feeds, since it feeds on the decaying matter, dead organic matter, something that is rotting. Definitely, its mode of feeding is saprophytic mode of nutrition. That is, it is saprophytic. When you hear the word saprophytic, that is feeding on dead organic matter, feeding on dead body, is what we call saprophytic. So, which means that we have settled questions on specimen A. They asked us the diagram, which I have told us how we can present our diagrams. And likewise, we talk about the adaptation to its mode of living. And likewise, we talk about the class and phylum and the mode of feeding. Now, right now, I'm going to specimen B. What's our specimen B spider? Specimen A housefly. For you to have that type of specimen together, you need to note that they will ask you the differences between the two specimens, and likewise the similarities between the two specimens, and likewise again in addition the relationship. Are they feeding on one another? Are they helping one another? They need to bring out the relationship. Whenever that's talking about biology practical to you, whenever you see close organism, definitely you need to think of some questions they can ask you. Now they ask you, we can ask you to make a labeled drawing of specimen B showing its body division and legs. That is, you draw it and you show the body system. You show all those body and the leg. You know the number of legs it need to be shown, and the way the division of the body being divided, you need to show it to us. And you can also see it on the screen. Now, question B says that you state three differences between specimen A and specimen B. If you have housefly, thank God you have seen housefly on your screen, you have seen spider on your screen. Now, you also will now look at it, what are the differences between them. And before you bring out your points about differences, I need to tell you this thing. In science, generally, whenever we are differentiating, we use table to differentiate. So that is, we need to prepare a table that will put one on the side, the other one on the other side. So specimen, that's what I'm having, specimen A. And notice again in biology practical, you don't mention the name of that specimen. Because the word is telling you, you call it by what you call it. Specimen A, specimen B. So by specimen A, now number one, for specimen A, you know I've told us earlier that specimen A belongs to the Insecta, it belongs to the class Insecta. So it belongs to a class Insecta, while the specimen B belongs to the class Arachnida. That's the first difference. Housefly is a family member of insects, while spider that of what is arachnids. Now, number two difference that specimen A has compound eyes. If you check the housefly very well, you will see that the eyes is very big. It has a very compound eyes. While for the spider, it has simple eyes. Observable difference, observable features. And what again can we notice when you talk about housefly? It has wings. That's why it can fly. But spider doesn't have wings. That's why I can say presence of wings under specimen A, absence of wings under specimen B. You can see the way I am presenting my differences. Where I use presence, I use absence, opposite. That is when there is one is positive, on the other side be negative. Or if you are talking about something of singular and plural, maybe this one has one, other one has two. That's another thing. Now, moving to the next question. They said we should mention two ways specimen B captures its prey. I and you will know that housefly is a prey to spider. How can spider captures? How can spider capture housefly? I take it again. How can spider capture housefly? One of the examples of spider prey is housefly. Definitely in this community, in this question, in this information, we are referring to housefly there. In which way? What are the two ways it can capture it? Number one, I mentioned. I said by what? It captures prey by spinning the sticky webs. No, spider and web. Spider and web. Web is the instrument that spider likes using. So definitely, when spider spins is web, what will happen to the prey? The prey will already be confused because the web will be holding the prey and the prey will not be able to move. It's like you are talking about somebody or something being changed. That is one. Another one is that it will inject the venom on them so that they will not be able to move. Once you inject them like this, that housefly or that prey, no story, all the body system will be down. And before you know it, it will be very easy for it to capture and to feed on that prey. So I have mentioned now, they said you should mention two ways specimen B captures its prey or capture specimen A, and it has been well said. I said spinning sticks by spinning stick webs and then injecting venom to immobilize prey, that is immobilized, that it won't be able to move. And the last question that I have here, according to my own possible way of bringing that question, if there are still more questions on specimen A and B to bring out to your screen, I will still give it to you in the next video. But currently now, these are the possible questions I'm giving out. And like I told you earlier, that in this Neco season of biology practical, we are not going to rush ourselves. We are going to do it one after the other. So that at the end of the day, those that are candidates that are writing the exam, they'll be able to know that this question, I have come across it during the revision class that we are having like this. This is a revision class. This is a classroom that we are learning together, even including the tutor. We are all learning together. That's why I said use your comment box also. If there are some things I like advice or one thing or the other that I might have forgotten to mention here or my mind escapes, you also drop in the comment box. This is a community, let's do it together. So we have our specimen running from A to O. Running from A to O. So this is talking about only A and B. But let me answer my last question before I round off my information for this video, before we meet in the next video. And I said, what you said, mention three similarities between specimens A and B. You know, A and B, housefly and spider. Very close par. What are the similarities? Apart from differences, they also have similarities. I don't want to say they are animals or that they belong to the kingdom of animals. That one is a common thing in general. Let me start from the phylum. They belong to the same phylum. They belong to the same phylum, Arthropoda. Though it may not be on my point here, but it's also an additional point. But let me work on what I've given to you. They have jointed appendages. When you check their diagram, check their structure very well. Their body side, everything well jointed. That is, they have jointed appendages. Number 2, they use leg for locomotion. That is, when you talk about locomotion, moving towards their food, they use their leg to walk towards their food. And thirdly, they are invertebrates. They lack backbone. They don't have backbone. They are invertebrates. They are invertebrates, so they lack backbone. So these are the answers that satisfy the questions we have on my board right now, based on specimen A and specimen B. That is, in the next video, I will continue from specimen C. And there is another information to give about specimen A and B. It will also be watched in your video. Please do well to watch our playlist very well. Please do well to watch our playlists. Watch all those practicals we have released. We have released videos on physics, chemistry, biology practicals. And likewise, we have had a lot of classrooms on physics, chemistry, biology, further mathematics on this same channel and our first channel. We have released a lot of videos. Please do well to watch. These are our season of learning and our season of success as well. Please let's do well to watch all our playlists. And likewise, one more thing, for our people that are writing post-UTME, we have started classroom on post-UTME, both online and on YouTube like this. Please do well to turn on your notification button so that you'll be able to benefit from what we give to you. We are ready to give you the best. You also be there to watch us. God bless all of us, as I'll be waiting right now to meet you in the next video. Bye for now.